The first designs for President Trump's border wall have been unveiled, and sadly, none come with a moat. Companies had till Tuesday this week to submit bids on the project, which I hear will be quite lucrative. Trump has said what's most important is the wall is eco-friendly. Not really, but one design company did come up with a solar panel system mounted on it, which could generate a ton of electricity. Maybe now liberals will get on board, huh? Another firm wants to turn the wall into a piece of art, with north sides decorated with stones and artifacts. The south side will just show murals of Trump glaring. The total cost of the 2,000-mile border project is expected to be more than $800,000. Seems like kind of a low estimate to me, but still a lot of money. Guys, what do you think of this? John McWhorter, would you back the wall if it was all solar panels and we could use the energy to print the failing New York Times? What do you think?
No.
No?
Only because, I mean, if there really were a danger of all of these people coming in and possibly taking jobs, and even if they didn't take jobs, having terrible lives, I would be all for this wall. But it seems to me that about X.5 years ago, the whole issue of Mexicans flooding in as if we were in some movie from 1980 stopped being an issue, and so we're talking about symbolism. So I'm happy to see this wall built. I hope the aesthetics are attractive, but I think that all this is really more talk than...
Well, you're saying he said it, so he's got to keep up with his promises? But
well,
let me
because that makes him a real man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, he's got to build the wall. He said, you know, that's why he got elected. They elected him to build the wall, right,
remember
Dave?
him mentioning it several times.
He did mention the wall. But the thing is, as John McWhorter was saying, yes, the border crossings did dip when the economy was bad. That's what happened. But when it comes back, when America gets great again, they're going to be flooding over the border, right?
Right. But that's, I do tend to agree with you, but I guess I don't really think a wall, I think the only way to actually stop people from wanting to come from Mexico to here would be if here was in a way better place than Mexico. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. But I will say, as a libertarian, I was always kind of concerned about the wall being like the sign of a totalitarian regime. But now I'm almost more concerned with just making it a sign of like modern wimpy progressivism with like solar panels.
You don't like the solar panels?
Like, no, that might actually be scarier to me.
Wow. Look, Sam, let's talk about the aesthetics of it. Should they try to come up with something that's pleasing to look at? I like looking at these designs.
No. I mean, Trump, unfortunately, did say that he was going to build a big, beautiful wall with a giant, beautiful door.
Right.
But if it doesn't make any sense, because it goes to Dave's theory, really, of making... America needs to seem less attractive from the other side of the wall. You know, if you have a beautiful house on the outside, people are going to want to rob it. But if you build your house to look like a shanty, but have lots of nice stuff in it, nobody's going to break into it. So if it's me, I'm building like the world's ugliest wall, so everybody thinks in Mexico, oh my God, it's gone to you-know-what. But really, on the other side of the wall, we're great again.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. We should just build a mirror and just be like, sorry guys, more Mexico here.
Yeah.
And then they never come in.
You know, Jill, wasn't that idea the most offensive thing ever said to Mexicans on this show?
Also,
Dave's idea, not mine.
Exactly.
Right.
How many Americans go on their vacation to Mexico? We're like, oh, I love Cabo. Oh, I can't wait to get to Maya Riviera. So maybe Mexico does have some nice things. We shouldn't just be saying it's a terrible place.
It is true. We're always going. I've been down there on vacation. It's fantastic, right?
Yeah. I'm just remembering the 80s when our president was like, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And now our president is friends with the Russians and building a wall. I'm so confused. Things have changed so fast.
And strangely, it's a lot of the same people who worship Reagan worship Trump, and his greatest accomplishment is tear down that wall, and his big thing is build it. It's very strange.
Well, it's in a different place. You gotta, you know, he was talking about a different wall.
Yes, but still, the whole thing of celebrating him saying tear down this wall, because a wall is always the sign of a tyrannical regime, and it's always meant to actually keep people in. You know, that's what it
Although you got to have a border, don't you, John McWhorter? There's a fence down there, and there is a wall in a lot of places. I know that the wall itself isn't going to keep people out because people come in. They come in on visas and they don't leave.
Right? Aren't they going to dig under? I mean, look at the sort of thing that happens in a certain place called the Middle East. I mean, you can build something, you can have Picassos on top of it or whatever we're talking about, but aren't people going to find a way to get around or especially under the wall? Cristela Alonso, the wonderful comedian, has a special right now where she talks about this, and she thinks she's kidding. But people will always get past that wall in some way. Nowadays, they'll do it virtually. They will put themselves through it like on Star Trek. It's a rather silly idea.
Although, I think it'd be kind of fun to see them try. You know, you build a wall, see them try to get around it, televise it. I think it'd be fantastic.